We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards and it moves the sticks.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hurry up. Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. McKinnon. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go. 58. Over here. No.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Chris Jones on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
That's fine now. Yeah, live.
On play action, now Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this,
okay.
All right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
65. Like 20. 80. 21. 21. Here we go. Hey, go.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, gun. 11. 65. 21. 6. 11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like
he rifles one that's intercepted. picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 45. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. A nice little juke. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
21. 2.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
11. 13.
Garoppolo on first down. Buying time to his left. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Hurry up. 21.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. And that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
21.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Check. Hey, gun. Flag. Yes.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Here's McKinnon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Here's Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We are going. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
Wait. Go ahead. 12. 11.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
13.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
21. One, Omaha. Go ahead.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Play action, Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Go ahead. 11.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Calvin Pryor. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now McKinnon. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To go here in the 1st half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, Liz. We didn't get up.
On play action, Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
13.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A handoff to Mixon, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Garoppolo. And this is caught by Watkins. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. 23 yards on the play. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
12, 11, 21.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to launch this thing. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. They'll give it to Mixon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
11.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
White. Six. 65.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Garoppolo, 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
The week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They run it with McKinnon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Packers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Rodgers now to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. A dump down to McKinnon. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Rodgers. A dump down to McKinnon. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here again is McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, take 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
11.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is brought in at the 21. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of play. Rodgers to throw on second down. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Packers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
319. Here we go. 58.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Over here. Yeah, Liz.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Two.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
21, 21. 21, 21. Here we go.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning.
13,
And we'll be back.
13.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
11, 11, 11, 11. 2, 2, 2.
Check safety, check safety. Shift, watch the shift.
11, 11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is caught. That's Watkins. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room.
21.
It's 1st and 10.
65, 65.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
1, Omaha. 6, 21, 21. Flag. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
Again, it's Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Wait.
Let's see if they do it anyway.
Go, go.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
What we got?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
13, 11, 11. 12, fellas, here we go. 11, 11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Perry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Fighting his way through contact. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He's back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Rodgers to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Garoppolo now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. This would put them in the NFC title game. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.